No, nothing.
Okay. Right. So I just do mob. Should I do mob T as well, or
If
that's
it's
just
mob T is for the timer, mob start is for the Git operation.
okay?
T takes a number of minutes.
Oh yeah. And then what number I should pass to the T?
7.
If 7. Okay. Oh, and then mob S7 that doesn't start the timer, but just starts the mob session. I got confused a bit.
If a number argument is given to mob start, then it also starts the
Okay.
timer.
All right. All right. And now I just started the timer, right? So I should also do mob S7 now then, or it's fine like this.
You should do mob S without the 7.
Okay. I see now. Okay. Okay, and where were we? We were
We were looking at all the
preparing
other
tests.
tests.
Mm-hmm.
So let's continue doing that.
Okay.
We can find all the other tests that have errors using the expected error.
Mm-hmm.
Those two, I think we did.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because the HTML comment is also here, and yeah. Maybe not this one, the last one.
Yeah. Start by removing the type.
Yeah.
And flattening it.
Yeah. Let's see. So expected error.
Have an action for that?
For what? Sorry. To
Code
flatten.
action for flattening it.
Action for flattening. I'm not quite sure I got what you mean actually.
So there are two terms here,
Okay.
code action and flattening. Do you know what a code action
Okay.
is?
Code action.
A code action.
Code action. I'm not quite sure I understand what you mean by that.
I think no is a better answer than not quite sure.
Yeah.
Code actions are provided by LSPs, language servers.
Oh, okay.
I believe VS Code is control dot.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Of course. These are the code actions. Yeah. No code actions available
Yeah, that's
for me.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Undo the manual edit.
Ah.
Well, do remove the type.
Yeah.
Flattening.
And yeah, the flattening is here. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Seems.
Yeah.
Is that an existing extra line? extra blank line.
Here. Yep. I'm not sure if it was
No, it's
existing
not.
or I just did it.
Okay, I don't think it matters because we're changing here anyway.
Yeah.
So what do you think the error should be here? But first, let's change this from process to serialize.
And this is our whole expression here, just 0.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's in itself, I suppose 0 cannot be serialized. Like
I think it's
in,
like lines 11, but without the being wrapped in a P.
mhm,
Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah. Um, so just invalid nodes. Uh, yeah, let's
I
see
think we also
this.
want the HTML comment. So why don't you
Yeah,
copy that entire thing and then remove the P's?
right. And we don't have a list here. Just wait. Invalid type number value. Uh, just 0 here.
Yeah. Now, if we look at these three,
Dating.
sharing.
Okay.
Can I tell Chromium to 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 not do this previews for desktop sharing? Is that a thing? Because I just had this thought. Is there about what's it called? Flags? Is is this what it is? Preview, share. Allows them to share a tab, a window, or a screen. If this flag is enabled, then after the user chooses what to share, transient activation is conferred to the web. I don't. What is transient activation? Is conferred to the conferred on the web application. E e. I don't know what this means. Conferred on the web application. What do they call this? Get display? Screen. Blah, blah, blah. When enabled, picture-in-picture windows will be excluded from screen capture. Desktop screenshot. Well, I guess not. I'm thinking this is no longer even, this becomes invalid because there is no more argument validation. It's all lazy. It's like, nah. Where is what's a new file? This not even correct. Let's
Our
name
new.
this.
Mhm.
Um, serialization errors.
Mhm.
So, I mean, all of these cases are here in this big test. There is no, there might be additional value in like doing more fine resolution testing, but that's not the purpose of this. This is like, this becomes obsolete because it's kind of like, if you look at the diff we have here, is actually that we add serialize, because this on its own does not error anymore. The errors are only in serialization, and this is called arg validation, which means there is no arg validation anymore.
Mhm.
Not in the H method function.
Mhm.
So I think we can just delete this file.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree.
So there, and search for expected error. Here's one. So this is raw receiving 0, but raw must receive a string or an adder set. Here raw receives a string. Um, test a list of two raws. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that makes sense because they end up concatenated, I suppose, and test asset raw. Here's an raw receiving an adder set. I don't really know what this is, what this ends up being. Raw file, ahref. What is this? Raw file, and then the second argument. No, I know what this is. This is like the API to raw that receives an adder set of assets, and then and then a function that takes those assets and then can turn them into a string.
Okay.
See, file is file. I mean, I wrote this, but raw invalid, and it's invalid to just pass the asset. You need to provide a string. So it's like now in this big what do we call it, serialization errors, right? This is kind of funny because okay, for the file we just deleted, we just happen to have all these cases in this big test, right? But these are not. We don't have any raw here. So and just cramming more and more stuff into this is not the right attitude. It's not the right approach, because it'll just be one big test that if something fails, there's no good diff mechanism in this test runner. Also, things belong where they belong. You know, this is supposed to test the raw feature. So tests for errors in serializing it, the raw feature should be here, not like in one big test. So arg validation, we should probably think about how we not have not just one big test. But what we can already do is go to that raw test and convert it. Look, I don't want you to let me speak if you're not following.
Yeah. I'm following. So yeah, we should convert this. But
So go ahead and convert it.
I don't know how we should convert it. Actually,
You don't know how to
or
convert it, or you know,
what did you meant by converting it? Yeah, to convert it into like. I mean,
go ahead. Ask
yeah,
a question.
yeah. So you mentioned that Um, yeah. So what is our goal again with the conversion, or what is wrong now with this raw file?
That the error message, the tests that tests errors are incorrect with according to the new desired behavior.
Yeah. Okay, but then by conversion, you just meant that we should um, change the new errors. I mean, change it to so that it has the new error messages, the new design.
That's one part of it. The other part of it is that you won't get errors from these expressions. They have to be, there needs to be a serialized call in order to get an error.
Mhm. Oh, now it says flatten into.
That looks like a bug. You can't flatten
Yeah.
something that has more than one attribute.
Okay. Okay. Um, First of all, I wanted to remember what the shortcut was in VS Code
Mhm.
so that I jump back to the last, how should I say it?
File
Yeah, basically, or where I was last. Yeah.
position.
Um, and even position, I think, is the same. It might be or at least there is a shortcut that
Well,
does
if a
both.
shortcut exists in VS Code, in order to find it, all you need to do is find the command. You've opened the command search. Now type in what you think the command is. Something with jump,
Oh, go back. Control Alt and is
hyphen,
that a hyphen? Yeah. Let's see. Control Alt. Yeah. Okay. This is it, I think. And to jump, let's go forward. Control Shift hyphen. Okay. Control
is that a hyphen?
View. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. So Control Alt hyphen and Control Shift hyphen. Okay. Okay. So, um, this should be serialized as well, then, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we don't need the type, and expected error. Uh, Sorry, I wanted to see. Could you tell me if while we have um, the new tests in which we have some new Yes, you renamed that previous file to um
I think something like
what's the name? Okay.
serialization errors.
Yeah. All right. Oh,
Shared.
okay.
That should attempt to serialize, removing type, flattening this. Oh, it changed on disk. Okay. Reload, discard mine. I thought you did that. Flatten. Can we convert to indented string? We can. Can we put html here? First argument to raw must be string or other set. Well, I think this is what we get. But raw is raw. It's not an element. It's raw. I'm not sure how to express this. Well, then the fact that it's raw, a raw node, whatever, needs to be explicit here. Maybe this one, this.
Mhm.
Good enough for me.
Mhm.
Here's another error. Remove the type, flatten it, convert, HTML. What's this about? Raw received invalid asset. Oh, this is about the asset being invalid. Okay, so if it wasn't if it was a valid asset, then this would have been fine, I suppose, because assets are stringified into their store paths. It's just that an asset cannot be a string. So, how do we give it good error here? Let's bring this. And we have this as well. Invalid asset given to raw type string. Value, I don't know if we should provide the entire values here. So maybe. value. Okay, string, value string. Good enough for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, type. Did we do this? No. This is like maybe lib dot escape something something, because we use escape XML because this is supposed to be HTML, right?
Mm-hmm.
Escape X. I think this should be escape XML. In its actually this is raw. So but this is an error message. Oof. So in the error message, we should escape XML. I think so. So let's say let's look at escape escape. This is implementation. We should have tests for I don't know where do how do I find them? Tests amp this stuff. So like something like that. That's what I would expect. Make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. But I wasn't aware what this amp and um, escape is, or like what. So yeah, I understand that in the error, yeah, sharing. Shared. So in HTML, if we have um, like if we have something like this, like Tom and Jerry, then you say this is the correct syntax, like
You
what
can add
it
spaces
get. Mhm. It's
on both sides of the ampersand. Make it a bit nicer.
um, on both sides of the ampersand, like here. You mean like this, or
Well, on the origin string, it'll be both sides of the ampersand.
oh, sorry, I lost it.
Tell me what I said. A sentence, right?
Yes.
You heard the sentence, right? Can you repeat the sentence I just said?
So in the origin
Yeah,
side.
without understanding. Just repeat the
Okay.
sentence instead.
No, actually, I cannot repeat it now.
Okay, then if you cannot repeat, just ask me to repeat.
Yeah, yeah. Please repeat it.
On the origin string, it'll be spaces on either side of the ampersand.
And the origin string, you mean by the origin string, you mean this one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And on the serialized string, it'll be on both sides of the HTML entity that represents an ampersand.
Okay, okay. Now I think I got it. So then, oh, why is this strange? Ah, hold on. So you mean like this?
Yes.
Okay.
And that also may have given you the answer to whatever your question was about what is that thing. It's an HTML entity that represents an ampersand, because ampersands are used to escape text in HTML. So you can't just use them as literally. So if you want to have an ampersand, you have to use the ampersand as an escape character and provide the entity that represents a ampersand character.
Mhm. Okay, now it's clear.
That's true for um, angle brackets as well.
Mhm. Oh, the end, like the end escape. And what is end escape then in the context of HTML?
What is
That
amp escape?
like no, like not amp escape, but like
What is
end
an escape?
escape, or um like n% escape.
Can you write what you mean?
Yeah, like oh, there is no such thing. Escape. Oh, just oh no, this is something else. Um, oh, I was confused about this
You saw
syntax a
this
bit,
earlier.
and also, yeah, yeah.
That's a Nix function.
Mhm,
It's a Nix function that we use in the implementation.
mhm.
It 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 escapes XML values that are not yet as XML. So it escapes strings in order to safely insert them into XML.
Okay.
You can't just take any string and just insert it into XML or HTML, because that string might contain characters that have special meaning for those languages,
Hmm.
like angle brackets or ampersand.
I see. I see. I understand now. Okay. So we go on. there's another error here.
Yeah, that's an error because raw received an adder set, which is a set of assets without any asset. And then it receives, instead of a function, it receives the string, which is invalid.
Okay. Let me just rotate now.
Sharing. Shared. This one. Lat. Convert. And let's bring this in. And that as well from comparison. This says invalid first argument. So maybe we can do valid second argument to raw type string value empty. No, it's empty. That's fine. Okay. Expected error. Wait, did we serialize this? No. We serialized the previous one. Yes. Okay. Expected error. Tag validation. Seems like we did this. No, yes, no, yes.
Um,
This and that. And
yeah,
this. And that. Okay.
yeah, we did that.
Okay. Attributes. First one. This is a list ID. I believe we have something for this in here. So here is href that got a list. So let's grab that.
Mm-hmm.
And stick it here. Actually, stick it below. Let me see. For non-list attribute. Yeah, I mean, it's well known that href is a non-list attribute. And here in this one, we see what attribute it is. So it's even better. Of course, this is a BR. And BRs don't even have close. And there will be no index either. And we adjust this. And this will be not an href, but an ID. Type list. That seems right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Remove this. Flatten. Use the force. convert. Did we serialize before? No.
No.
It's expression, serialize. Okay. Serialize this. What's the problem here? No such attribute. Do we have no such attribute here? Unknown attribute, have this.
Yes.
Okay. But this is a div, and this is a no such attr, and that is a nope. The div is empty.
Yep.
But I think we still snip it. Do we snip? Okay, it's a question. Do we snip if it's empty? No, I don't think we do. I think we should not. It's a nice, you get that extra information. It's empty.
Mm-hmm.
It's more implementation, but it's fine. Well, it's what we have tests for. No such attr, unknown attribute. There we go. That's good.
Perfect.
Also, I want to say these are cases where, like, we end up testing stuff that we don't, that we don't have test explicitly for, which kind of sucks. For this kind of thing, like for the mere fact that, empty doesn't show snip, like ideally there would be a test that is named that way. Right? This is the name of the test that matters.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the first, it's not the first case we kind of skipped in that regard.
Yeah. Okay. Sharing. Okay. And where were we the last time? Which file was it?
Do a git show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the attributes.
Yeah. So go to the serialization errors file, and I think here, so there's this test big test, right? Okay, so instead of that, not instead. In addition to that, add another test. Call it test. Actually, have a test group. So that means it's not prefixed with test. It's just called
Oh yeah.
snipping.
Yeah. I just want to make sure I do the right syntax here.
The right structure.
The right structure. Yeah.
You can,
So
if you put your cursor on that closing one, just put your cursor, then it highlights the opening one and the line. See that nice line you get?
Yeah, this one, right? The purple one.
And it also goes to the right. If you follow it
You
up,
g- yeah. Oh
then it
yeah.
goes right
Here.
and hits
Yeah.
the opening one.
hmm but here in this test big test attribute set, um, so we have this big test here that
Mm-hmm.
we serialized, and then yeah, I should add another. Yeah, then it was
Another
correct what
test
I
group
started. Yeah, another test group. Yeah,
snipping.
okay. Uh, test.
It's a test group, so it does
Oh
not
yeah, without
reflect.
snip. Yeah, okay. Nickname. Is it correct how I started this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, about the empty like when we have for example an empty div, then we don't snip. Um, yeah,
Make a
snipping
test for
in
that.
general. Yeah, yeah. Mhm. What rules we should define for snipping? Then we should showcase it here, I suppose. Yeah.
Yes, make a test for the no snipping for empty.
Um,
Something like test no snip um, empty.
that's no
How's
snip.
that game
Okay.
Epistory?
Oh yeah, pretty cool. I didn't finish it because there was a lot of work I had to do. But
Do you have to like get good at finishing it means a certain typing speed?
oh yeah, because you can adjust the difficulty. But no, like there are some acts, and there's actually quite uh, there's a good story included. So I didn't even finish the story. That's at first what I meant by finishing it. But yeah, basically, mm, you can replay it for quite some time if you keep adjusting the typing speed and the difficulties. So, but yeah, it's an amazing game for to practice this blindfold typing for
Cool.
sure. So thanks for the tip.
I could use some improvement in the numbers, the numbers row.
Uh, the, the numbers roll. Sorry.
Yeah, the numbers row
Uh,
on the keyboard.
oh, yeah. And some you mean some improvements by you are not quite comfortable by using your numbers on your keyboard without
Hmm.
looking at them, or uh-huh.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm not good at it.
Ah, mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I just do next now. Wait a minute. Okay. So you didn't try that game yet? You just heard about it?
I've heard about it a long time ago.
Okay. Yeah, I recommend it. It's a nice soundtrack as well.
Snipping. Test no, snip empty. Expression is some expression and expected error message is something like this. And so this is directly related to serialization errors, nothing else. It's not, that's why it should be here. And basically we just want an error to generate some error in an element, maybe an attribute error, something like div and nope and to see that it's empty. Unknown attribute of this one. Of course, it'll be a div, and this will be a nope, and empty actually. Let's adjust this as an unknown attribute. And there is no snipping, that's our point. This is diff as well. Okay, that's the test. Now we can do yes snipping, right? Snipping. Test, snip. But there's like a bit more detail here, right? Like there are several different things like, okay, what's this? This is, so the point is that nodes without errors are snipped out, but that's not all. Let's start with that. Expression equals nodes without errors are snipped out, right? So again, we can do a div error. We keep this consistent. Or maybe unknown, right? Unknown. Okay. Here, see what I mean by I need help with this.
Okay. Yeah.
Div unknown that has some valid child nodes. So let's say they're all valid. Let's say there's like a text and an element, right? So like P. Actually, the text content of the P will be snipped as well. This is the text. This is text content. And we also need to serialize. So let's not forget that. That's true here as well.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why it's not. Oh, typed in the wrong character. There. Let's grab this. Put it here. And what do you think this would look like? I think this will be here. And we get a snip here, right? Let's grab a snip. Should this be indented? What's going on here? No, this is indented. Okay. Okay. There's one snip, so it doesn't matter what content there is here because they're all valid. So this demonstrates that test valid nodes snipped. Or empty nodes, empty children. No children. No children, but it's not necessarily children. Empty fragment, not snipped.
Mhm.
Okay. Snip, snip, snip. Okay. Will it? So valid nodes are snipped. Also at the not only when they're children of some other. Let's do that also on the demonstrate. It's also on the top level when it's a fragment.
Right. Sharing.
Sorry.
Worries. So yeah, could you please repeat your last sentence? What we should demonstrate and where?
Test valid nodes are snipped. I want to demonstrate that they are snipped not only when they are children of an element, but when they are at the top of the fragment as well.
Mm-hmm.
So make that expression not just a div, but a div within a fragment, which is in our case using a list.
Okay. So I should reuse this expression first. This is
You know,
going to be a new test, right?
no,
Sorry.
I think
No? Ah,
we can reuse the same test.
okay.
Or a new test. You know, like more tests is like better, right? So if you want to make a new one, make a new one.
Okay. But then how do you think we should call this one? So here we say test valid nodes are snipped. It's basically the
Well,
same,
then
but
this will be test valid child nodes are snipped. No, the existing one.
Yeah. Test valid node.
And then the new one will be before this one, if order matters.
Yeah.
It'll be called test fragment nodes or snit.
Wallet. I should put wallet here as well, I think.
Yes. Are you sure that's
And
a
then
big F?
which one? A big F?
Yes.
You mean this one?
Mm-hmm.
Or uh yeah, it's a big
Okay.
F for me.
It's
Yeah.
yeah, compression here.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, I need to play that game some more. But yeah, let's see. So how should the expression look like in this valid fragment nodes snipped test?
Expression should be a list because that's what a fragment is. And the list should have a valid node.
Okay, like you know, text.
Mm-hmm. An invalid node.
Like
We can keep using the same invalid node.
yeah, like the div with this unknown attribute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh wait, we don't need yeah, so I just do okay. And the expression. Do we want something else in the list?
Yes. After the div.
Yeah.
Um. Sure. You see, this is where like you get can get much more fine grained, and you can valid fragments before are snipped, valid fragments after are snipped, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. Mm, yeah. Let's just have this same valid um fragment, like the p foo in the list.
Yep.
Okay, and we should serialize this. And then the expected error. So this is going to be our error, but we are inside a list and we want to snip. Okay, let me rotate now.
shared. I think there's a shorter way to obtain an invalid, which is something like this. But this doesn't have children. Interesting to see whether this, what is the design for this? Because, yeah, I think this should work. We should make effort to allow this to work. The first argument is invalid, but the second is, so it's only shortened to one argument in this case, where like the first argument is valid list or string. This should not make it short, unary. This should not turn it unary. And here, P1, right? Something like that. So, I mean, we could use P, it's easier. And it's a 0 in this case. And the point here is that there's no snip here. Similar here, you can do like P0. It's also interesting because here is a P0 and here is a P0. And it's different because here there's a second argument. Here there's no second argument. Which is already like its own thing. You should have a test for that as well. Test valid fragment nodes are snipped, and we should do something about allowing laziness, I want to say. Something like that. Okay. So this one, and this is a fragment. Okay. This is a fragment. We need two snips, right? And between them, we need a like this. All right. But there's an index here.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And then valid child nodes. So I think this is snipping. But there's also the index part of snipping, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Valid empty fragment child and so what tests index And what behavior do we have here? That index shows up regardless of whether something is snipped or depending on whether something was snipped. Here, there's no snipping in these children. Among these children, there's no snipping, and the index still shows up here because they're all errors. But it's nice that the index shows up, right? I think we already made that decision because I can just look here and say, this is 2. I don't need to count 1, 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, index is due to snipping, but regardless of snipping, it's due to the general existence of. No, it's not. It's not. It's just not. It's not about snipping, right? Index is useful regardless of snipping.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not under snipping. It's indexing. Indexes.
Mm-hmm. Indexes.
Indices.
Indices. Yeah.
Is that right? Indices. Index plural. Indices. I knew it was wrong.
Mm.
So let's show that tests shown, indexes shown regardless of snipping.
Mm-hmm.
Present.
And we already had an example in this error for present regardless of snipping, right? If I remember well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So between yeah, so there is no snipping between these.
Look, all you need to do
Yeah.
is like a single error demonstrate that, right?
Mhm.
A single node that errors, as long as it's within a fragment, that's enough to test to prove that it's regardless of that they're present regardless of snipping.
Can you repeat this last sentence, please?
A single error node, a single erroneous node within a fragment is the minimal test.
Single
So you
error
don't need
node
to look for a
within a
code, just
fragment.
type it in.
Yeah. So yeah, here it is. So a single error node within a fragment, right? I was wondering if um, Would this P0 with an empty list be good here?
That is an error node. That's an erroneous node.
Yeah. But first of all, let me type in this expression here. Yeah. Let me just let's just write it here now. Expression. We don't need the brackets here.
You do, because it's going to be in a fragment.
We need. Yeah, yeah. um, yeah, this is going to be the error node, and it's going to be in a fragment.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, just God damn it. What the hell? I really need. Okay, now we are in a fragment, right?
Semi. Yeah, I think that's the minimum.
Okay.
It's not really the minimum. I think the minimum is that P is also has no second argument. That should obviously also be an error.
hmm. um, so yeah, we are at the indices. Okay. So we have a fragment with a single node that is an error, produces an error, and then I get confused a bit by how are we going to present the way indices work in this test? Like,
You're not sure what the error message is here? Or you're not sure how it's helpful for the purpose of this test?
yeah, both actually, both.
Since this
Yeah,
is
I
a
lost it a bit.
fragment, there will be an index. Since the only node is an erroneous node, there is no snipping.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore,
Okay. So yeah, and this is exactly what this test is about. Let's present regardless of snipping. So, okay, let's. Therefore, that's me. Rotation.
shared. Serialize this. Something like A. What is that? There will be no snipping. And this is an invalid first argument, but there is an index.
Okay.
So that proves it.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure what more we need with regards to indices. I think that's enough. Okay,
Okay.
let's do laziness. Okay,
Um, I think you might be frozen for me.
I'm not doing anything. I'm waiting for you.
You are not doing. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Um,
Because when
so,
I talk, when you talk, I don't do anything. I'm the pilot. I should freeze when anyone talks.
okay, but I was talking.
No, but I expected you to because I asked you
Okay.
whether it's okay, whether you agree.
Yeah, I agree. Let's do laziness.
Cool. So what is laziness? Laziness is the fact that I mean, obviously this isn't even if it's wrong, it's like it's not enough because this takes two arguments. So let's do test. So we want to see that we get the correct error for it. And I actually wonder what the correct error for it is. Is it this? Is it really this? I mean, there are two errors here. One is that this is the number, and the other is that there is no second argument.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Right. But um, did we have cases of this previously? Like when we missed um the full error by not uh no, no, never mind. I'm not sure.
I will search. This
Okay.
has two arguments. That has two arguments. Maybe in another test. Here, this is one argument.
Yeah, and below that as well, the p-valid one.
This?
Oh, that's valid node.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how do we design this? The fact that there are two, we can, well, yeah, we can know that there are two errors here. But we also kind of don't know that there are two errors here because what did the author mean when they provided that zero? Did they actually mean to provide a string, which would be valid? Or did they mean to provide an adder set, which then would still not be valid because that still requires a second argument?
Mm.
You with me?
Yeah. I'm here. I was just thinking. Mm.
Can you think out loud?
Yeah, but at the moment, uh, what I was thinking about is that is it really necessary to show that second error in this case when uh, so the fact that the first argument is invalid, uh, that obviously makes the node invalid, but mm, but yeah, what this is not uh, about your question actually at all. Sorry for interrupting.
I don't think I had a question. No, the general question is whether we can claim two errors here.
Mhm. Sharing.
And yeah, you were discussing that.
Yeah. Um, yeah.
I think we cannot claim two errors here because the second argument, or even the existence of a second argument, depends on a successful first argument.
Yeah. 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 That's actually what I was thinking about. So basically, once there's an invalid first argument, we do not care about what comes after, or
Yes.
okay.
So that's
So then this
sufficient.
is good. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on to laziness.
Okay.
What does laziness mean? Laziness means that I don't even know that to call it laziness, but let's think of the name later. It means that I think this is really about what I mean. What I mean here, instead of laziness, is about missing arguments. Is that what I mean? Think about that. No, there's so, but that's one thing, right? So missing arguments is one thing, right?
Yeah.
So just give us a test for missing arguments, but it's not inside laziness because it's not. I don't think we're going to have a thing called laziness. But it's not. It's not here. It's not in this module. A missing argument. It's not going to be here because
Hmm.
this file is about serialization errors, not like it's not serialization errors. It's the serialization of errors. It's more like we can call this file error formatting.
You mean this one we are currently in?
Save it before you. Oh, you have
Oh,
autosave. Okay.
yeah. Um, so once again, can you repeat what was your suggestion for
Error formatting.
yeah, error. Okay.
Okay. So
Or missing arguments.
the missing arguments is it has no special formatting. And what I meant by laziness, I think, is that we need to like prove in a test that we can call with something invalid in the first argument and still be able to pass a second argument without an error, and we'd get the error only in serialization.
Mm-hmm.
That's like laziness of errors. I think that's why I thought of the term laziness.
Because without serialize, it's just an attribute set in the
Without,
end,
it's just an
and
attribute.
it's valid. It's a valid expression.
It evaluates successfully.
Evaluate successfully. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, we don't actually call the P when we don't do serialize. Yeah,
It is called.
it is called.
It's called. I mean, this is Nick's language, right?
Yeah.
Oh, are you saying no, that's correct because the language is lazy.
Yeah.
But that's not what this is about. Because regardless of what triggers the evaluation of calling the P, the question is not whether what triggers calling the P. The question is whether the P call successfully evaluates.
I see.
If the P call fails to evaluate because it throws an error like, oh, I got the wrong argument, then we'll never get the HTML error that has any other element in it. We'll never get the global serialization error.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I just got a bit confused about, yeah, like I was mixing the fact that Nix in itself is lazy and like what laziness actually means, and like, yeah. Um,
So test Like test node errors are well, I mean, specifically about um about polymorphism. Or is it it's like why am I looking for a test specifically for this stuff? Well, regardless of why, it's like call it intuition. I want a good name for it. So it's like something about well, there's one test missing second arg. That's one test, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's test the second arg after wrong, invalid first arg.
Mm-hmm.
It's like invalid first arg, like second arg accepted after invalid first arg. That's what I want. That it's accepted. It does not just throw. We can't have these things throwing if we want to, like, print a one big error.
Yeah.
Let's do this first. Missing second arg. So this is something like simply a P and empty, right? So this is valid, but it's missing the second arg. The first arg is valid and it's missing second arg. What are we going to do? Expected error message. I think it's like something like, where's this? Here. No, here. Missing second argument. Good enough?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Hey, not correct. Hey, what's up? Psh. Huh, I get it. From inside here. Oh boy, that's interesting. Huh. Huh. Is this a bug?
What did you realize?
Well, I have this feature that every time I press a key, it selects up the tree or down the tree, the syntax tree. And it works usually. Like here, you can see that. But if I'm inside this and it knows that it's HTML, so this is a different language nested in a literal. So it starts selecting using HTML, but then if I do another time, it escapes the boundary of that literal, which is wrong.
Huh? Might be a bug. I'm
It's
not sure.
a bug in the plugin that does this. I mean, it's not like I configured it to some kind of a missing feature bug. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to grab this and go here and paste it over. And this is second arg accepted after invalid. So even if this is invalid, the second arg is accepted. And we just want to see this. That's all I want to see. That that this expression doesn't throw. If this expression threw, right, then we'd be out of business. We're serialized needs to receive a data structure, right? Like whatever this is. So this needs to succeed in order for serialized to serialize whatever it is as an error with all the context and such. And imagine it's a part of like it's a child and there's greater, so you can't have only this throwing. You'd lose everything. You'd have a throw from this, and where's the rest of the error message?
Mhm. Okay, let's see. Um, it didn't update.
I nexted. Did I not save? I did.
Hmm.
Yeah, there you go. Did I edit the wrong file? I did. I edited the wrong file.
Ah, um, you know what? Would you mind taking the helmet again? Because I have like um around 7 or 8 minutes anyway, and maybe we can finish
Mm-hmm.
this to a part that it's nice
Sure.
to stop this session. Okay, then I do mob next now.
Okay.
Oh,
Don't do. Why would you do mob next?
oh, I should not. Okay, because I started the
Mob next is for pushing changes, committing and pushing.
okay, right. Okay, gotcha.
Shared screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So I need to get a diff between, not a git diff, just a diff. Maybe you. Where's this? Bear system agnostic tests. Realization errors, bear agnostic tests, error formatting. Okay, there's nothing of value, just this. So I'm going to basically move this over that. Hmm. You know, I'm going to report an issue. What's it called? Auto reload nvim. This guy already like implemented a feature request that I asked that I made.
Huh.
So let's give him another one. Detect file removal, file deletion. I just noticed that for file deletions, I get only a notification. If I miss that notification, I might go on editing that file, not realizing that it, for example, has been renamed, moved, whatever, moved. Until sometime later. So I would like, so I think I want a blocking prompt on file deletion as well. This is more like, can I do this? Blocking prompt on deletion.
Nice.
Okay. Cool. Think we made some progress.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
I think we'd probably want to, like, this doesn't need to be this big. This is like, this was a playground. We probably want to actually extract some details from here and bring them back to where like they belong. Like, for example, attribute, unknown attribute. This has to do with attribute validation. Probably want to delete it from here and put it in the file where it belongs. This stuff about argument validation, I think it also belongs somewhere. Invalid node might also be something like argument validation. So we won't have this test. This
The big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything will be where it belongs, because when a test fails, and that's going to happen often until it's properly implemented, we don't want a big test that we can't even tell what's, which part exactly, which subset of the text is wrong. We want a small test, right? That it's very obvious immediately what's the difference between the expected and the actual.
Mhm.
And as long as we get the small piece, the individual pieces of this correct, then it's reasonable to expect that even a big one would render as expected, right? Like, we need to take care of indentation. It's another part, right? And indentation is I think it's specifically to do with the formatting, so it'll be in that file.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we are going to make this crystal clear for the tests. Everything where it belongs, put everything where it belongs, and yeah, good progress. I'm also really curious how this is going to, how the implementation part is going to happen. But for now, yeah, designing these messages, I like it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is a fun project.
Yeah, it is.
It's not exactly Elm, but I don't know. I feel like it needs to happen.
For sure. I feel like that as well.
All right, Tuno, I'll stop the recording. Hey, if this was fun, you want to join us, then message me. Otherwise, be well.
Okay, be well.